Escape vector plotted. Coordinates locked. Launch.
Welcome, dear listener, to the Escape Vector podcast. One quick update. We released our first original Mothership adventure. It's called What Stirs Below, and the link to find it is in the podcast notes. Pick it up for 30% off for a limited time. Also, check out our trailer for it, cut from real gameplay. Thank you to our early and new supporters. This is a review of Piece by Piece. I will try to keep it short, and let me know if this is a good length. This episode is player and GM safe. The only spoiler will be after my overall comments near the end. Piece by Piece is a playable one-shot scenario and adventure for the Mothership RPG. A group could probably complete this in 2 to 5 hours. The scenario is contained on a 2-sided trifold pamphlet, using a regular 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. A bonus I want to get out of the gate is that it is very printer-friendly. I bought the very affordable PDF, and the custom print job at my local office supply store, sponsorship pending, was about 50 cents Canadian on cardstock, black and white, and it's originally designed in black and white anyway. Here's a synopsis. At the discretion of the GM and/or players, the player characters will find themselves in a robotics lab that's in lockdown after a fatal workplace incident. The PCs are tasked with locating and extracting with a particular item that seems to have been involved. Mothership's motto, solve, save, survive, rings true here. Beyond the primary task, there's a mystery to investigate, there are NPCs to help, and there is danger to overcome. Story and cast. The premise is cool. The mystery is compelling, and the backstory is dark. There is a diverse cast of interactable NPCs, each having notes on personality characteristics and relevant personal history and relationships. A GM could make a call to shrink the cast if social interactions do not suit them or their table. I found it manageable by separating many NPCs from each other. I would say the story is not too complicated, but I would suggest the GM read through once and get a firm grasp on the mystery and incident before running it. There are notes in the NPC bios and handy timeline the GM should study. On presentation, I'll start by saying the minimalism of many Mothership trifold pamphlets is really inspiring, and on brand for Mothership-related products, and especially one-shots. A lot of helpful information is concisely and clearly presented to the GM here. The cover art is subtle at arm's length. It's the title with an exploding parts diagram overlaid. The way the diagram slightly obscures the title draws me to it, like my brain can't help discerning what the title is every damn time, even though I know the title. Looking closer at it, I'm not really sure what the diagram depicts. My latest interpretation is that it's a robot lying down, with its head to the top left. Let me know what it looks like to you. The interior art is minimal. The NPCs are represented by cute icons that quickly convey what job role they have in the lab. The map is clear, uncluttered. The legend and its icons are effective. That said, the style of the interior art and map is consistent. The layout, design, and font, all of these are basic but effective. Layout-wise, the paragraphs of the interior panels are spaced out so well. And writing. I think the writing here is good, with a good amount of area, ambience, interaction, and NPC behavior described. The NPCs, thanks to the writing, are fun characters to play. While I think the introductory text is fun and has a sense of humor, I think the voice of it could be just a bit more consistent. On to usability and the game master experience. Player decisions can have things go off the rails, so this section is more about the tools the writer provides that facilitate running the game, not so much how things turned out, though I am happy to report things turned out well. The playable area is well planned out. Its environmental features provide tension and interesting opportunities. Notes on the NPCs are found on a back panel and within the interior panels. Although there are no physical descriptors, there's enough characterization here to guide a GM. The timeline of events is very handy, and with both those said, get the timeline of events and relationships sorted out in your mind, because I do not think the notes are quickly digestible enough to tell you what you need to know in the moment. And that's okay, because aside from that, I don't think there is an extensive amount of preparation needed, mainly a read-through for understanding and ensuring the mystery makes sense. You are aware of the environmental features, and you understand the cast of NPCs you selected. Additionally, none of the NPCs have stat blocks, so you will need to have some stats or archetype templates ready to facilitate the tests or challenges in the game. For player sentiment, my players had a great time with this. It was their first Mothership session. There's a spoiler I will save for the end of the episode, but I will say that my players got a good sampling of investigation, suspense, dark humor, and tense violent conflict. And overall, highlights are the effective presentation, namely the map and text readability, the NPC characterization, and the mystery. In my experience, the potential for things to spiral out of control did not play out the way that I would have expected for this adventure, but I would be so happy to find out it did for other tables. Overall, this is an easy recommendation. It's a great introduction to Mothership that I think will feel fun for a wide range of play styles. And here we are at the spoiler alert. Skip ahead about 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Find ways to get the artifact in the hands of one or more other characters during gameplay. Otherwise, a lot of the violent conflict hinges on one hostile character, as written. Players who suspect the artifact and are wary of it might miss out on a chaotic ride of homicidal hot potato. My players still had a tense fight with successes and fails, but once it ended, that was the only violent encounter of the session. Piece by Piece is written by D.G. Chapman, that is Delta Golf Chapman, edited by Jarrett Crater, and laid out by Mothership's founder, Sean McCoy. You can find the print and PDF bundle on the Mothership RPG web store, or PDF only on DriveThruRPG. If you choose DriveThruRPG, pick it up along with other Mothership titles using our affiliate link in the show notes. It really helps our show. Also, check out our own original Mothership adventure, What Stirs Below, available on DriveThruRPG now. Use the affiliate link in the show notes, and on the MothershipRPG.com web store a few months from now. Our music is from Epidemic Sound. Please connect with us online. You can reach us on Instagram or by email. We'd love to hear from you. One way you could support this show is by telling your friends and your gaming community about us. And another way is locking on to our signal by subscribing to our feed. And while you're at it, set up a notification alert so you don't miss an episode. As always, thanks to our listeners. Over and out.